Hey CG, I'm Alec.
And I'm Gabby.
And we have your CGTV broadcast for Friday, October 22nd. Today we have a preview of the Fall Musical, a feature on a student who makes his own fishing lures, information about the Best Buddies Club, and a preview of this weekend's cross-country semi-state.
First up, Bennett Strayton and Maddie Knox stopped by the auditorium as the cast of Freaky Friday started their dress rehearsals for the upcoming show.
Starting next Thursday, the Center Grove Theater Department will be putting on the production of Freaky Friday. Junior Nicole Carmono is the stage manager and gave us more information on what it's like running the stage.
So for stage manager, I oversee all the crew and I'll just be running the show. So like when it's time for a new lead to come on, I'll be on the speaker, our headsets telling the stage managers like, okay, make sure Ellie is ready to go out, and I'll make sure they're ready for like scene changes. If anything's off, I'll let them know so that they can fix it.
In preparation for upcoming shows, the cast and the crew has spent up to 5 hours each day practicing. However, the cast says their efforts will all be worth it as they play their favorite characters.
I play Ellie Blake, which is the daughter, and she switches into the mother.
I play Catherine Blake, who's the mom, who becomes the teenager.
One unique feature that the lead roles have faced in this play is that they have to play two characters instead of one.
A little bit stressful at times, like making sure that I get across to the audience that I am a new character, but it's really, really fun and it's a nice challenge.
I'm the teenager and I just get to really reach into my angsty teen self and I just get to be really crazy on stage. It's fun.
COVID has affected the theater club, but they are able to perform without masks because all scenes are under 15 minutes.
In order to get to know the kids because of the masks, we will be taking them off for the show. But I know everyone backstage will be wearing them, so it's just when you're on stage, because no scene's going to be longer than 15 minutes, that they'll get to take those off, which makes it a little more tricky because we have to be careful with their makeup, so we're definitely going to be doing a lot of touch-ups backstage.
This year, they have taken the props to a new level by adding a working water fountain into the scene.
We're working with some different things this year, like we are building a fountain to be part of the show. It's going to be a working fountain. And I know that's not something we've done before, so that's going to be interesting to see working with water and stage because we'll be having a few characters get into the fountain and mess around in the water for one of the scenes of the show, which will definitely be interesting.
The show will be the 28th, 29th, and 30th. Visit centergrovetheater.org for more information and to purchase tickets.
Thanks guys. While the cast has been busy rehearsing, senior Charlie Kissel has been spending his time making fishing lures. Jack Forrest and Matt Kish recently caught up with Charlie to learn more.
It is a sunny afternoon, and senior Charles Kissel has one thing on his mind: fishing. It is typically believed that fishers find the most success when getting an early morning start, but Kissel never manages to wake up that early. Instead, later in the day, he comes here, a small pond near Freedom Park.
So I just went on Google Maps and just kind of look for it. It's pretty easy. You just go on Google Maps and stuff like that. But I looked, there's a park right near, so it's pretty easy parking. There's a trail, so easy navigation. I looked on basically there's a lot of open water I can fish at and a lot of good banks.
Kissel's urge to seek out secluded nature environments like these got him into fishing. What hooked him, however, was a chance to cast lines alongside his father and grandfather.
Basically, my dad, he did fishing here and there. I remember we had a backyard pond just in a neighborhood. We just kind of reeled in those the bluegill all day, and to this day I love catching bluegill. One of my favorite species to catch. But yeah, my dad, I always enjoyed fishing with him, and then my grandpa recently, a few years ago, he got a fishing pole and he started fishing with me and my dad, and it's quite a lot of fun just to kind of all three generations, I guess, and just hanging out,
Eventually, Kissel would set his eyes on a new point of interest: the lures that catch the fish. He watched YouTube videos to find out more about making them until he realized
maybe I could make something like that, and I happen to have a shop, so I just kind of started making them. I kind of experimented a little bit, and here we are. So.
Making these lures is an involved process. Kissel begins by sketching what he wants the finished product to look like before using a scroll or bandsaw to cut a block of wood into the desired shape. He uses a sander to smooth the wood down.
From there, I chamfer the corners off and make it shape to how I want. I end up sanding for quite a long time to achieve like a very smooth surface and shape how I want. Basically, then after that, I make sure I dip into like some polyurethane. Basically, gives it a waterproof quality to it, so it won't absorb any water.
Next, he adds a weight to the lure, so it can glide through the water and balance with ease. Kissel's favorite step, however, is painting the lure, which allows him to further express his creative side.
And I start painting. I always start with white, and then basically, when I paint, I always look to see what I'm imitating. Like here, there's gonna be a lot of bluegill. So if I was gonna make a bait and say I want to catch a fish here, I would most likely paint a bluegill because I have a lot of success with that. So I use an airbrush, which is basically a spray can. It's not a spray can, but like you can put in different colors, and it's using like an air compressor to shoot the paint onto your surface.
Kissel continues to appreciate the chance to see his work and creativity pay off in a physical item.
Making my own lures to, of course, for the process, like being out in the shop is so much fun. I just have my music on, and I'm just kind of going at it. It's a creative process that just, for me, is just the best. And I love when you catch a fish with your lure, instead of you, like the fight that you fooled that fish, first of all, like that's an artificial lure. You fooled them, and you actually made it. So it's like it's the best, really. I love it.
For more on Charles Kissel's fishing lures, you can visit his Instagram page at ck_custom_lures.
Thanks, guys. One club that has already been active this year is the Best Buddies Club. Right before fall break, they held their match party, and they'll be carving pumpkins soon. Viola Miller brings you the story.
Best Buddies is a club that pairs students with other students that have learning disabilities. Once a month, this club meets to do activities with their peer buddies such as crafts, video games, and watching movies. Senior Jeet Kakre has been a member for 3 years and now is the sitting president of the club.
Some of my favorite parts are just hanging out with the buddies and getting to know each and every one of them. It's a really fun time, and they all have really great personalities, so it's really fun.
Mrs. Raber has been teaching for 2 years and has become a sponsor for the club.
My favorite part is like the match parties and the events when everyone gets together, because I just like seeing that big of a group, including everyone, accepting everyone, and it's just a really awesome good time.
Seeing the smiles on the kids' faces when they're interacting with the peers and just feeling like a normal teenager.
Senior Felipe Kroll is the chapter treasurer and is in charge of arranging Dine to Donates.
I am the Dine to Donate coordinator, so basically I'm in charge of setting up Dine to Donates and stuff like that. And yeah, I also have a peer buddy, so I meet up with him, hang out and everything. And then I obviously help with other peer buddies and associates and stuff like that. It's been a great experience because I was originally introduced to it by a friend of mine who was a manager for the soccer team. His name is Sammy. He was part of the club. He encouraged me to join it, and from there it's just been an incredible experience because I made so many friendships with students I wouldn't have otherwise. So.
If you would like to join Best Buddies, the club holds sign-ups at the beginning of each school year.
Thanks, Viola. This weekend, the girls' volleyball team heads to Bloomington North to take on Columbus East at 1 p.m. in the first round of regionals. But before that, the girls and boys cross-country teams take to the course in Shelbyville for the semi-state race. Marcy Workman and Sam Finley bring you more on the girls' cross-country team's journey to this weekend's semi-state race.
After finishing 4th at last weekend's regional, the girls' cross-country team takes to the course in Shelbyville for the semi-state race tomorrow.
As I told the girls on Monday, I'm pretty excited about this weekend because this is the first time that we've actually had a good opportunity to run fast times. We have had lots and lots of days that were super hot, and also the courses have been kind of destroyed by the rain. So our team goal is number one for everybody to get their best time of the year. So I'm pretty excited about that because I think that we really have a great opportunity to do that.
I would like to stay out or get out better because that's kind of been a struggle, but and then just place as high as I can. So.
For the past 3 weeks, the team has run at Franklin, a course that has rolling hills. This weekend will be a welcome change.
It's a flatter course for sure, which can be beneficial, but also since there's so many competitive teams like going straight off the line, if you don't get to the front, you'll usually get shuffled back. So, and then since it's flat and kind of turny, once you get in your position, it should do fine.
One noticeable difference in this weekend's race will be the number of runners, as 180 girls will stand on the starting line.
I'm definitely with the amount of people. We're used to having like smaller, but like this will be a lot of people. So getting out and staying there and not, getting shoved off or like having too much like people around you.
For Saturday, it's going to be a really big field with a lot of competitive teams, so I'm just going to try and get out fast, like strong to the front pack and kind of stay there. And then for the second half of the race, that's usually where I'm the strongest because I have a kick at the end. So I'll just have a really strong second half of the race, and then the first half I'll just try and stay with the front pack.
While the team goal is focused on running the best times of the season, Hodges has her own goal, qualifying as an individual for the state meet.
My personal goals is to qualify individually out of semi-state to the state finals.
So what it takes individually is you have to be one of the top 10 girls not on an advancing team. I've done the math and looked at it, and so she has to be one of those top 10 girls, and as of right now, I think she has a really, really good chance to make it. I think there's probably 12 to 14 girls that have a chance, and she's easily within those 12 to 14, so I'm looking for her to maybe place in the 6 to 8 range of those individuals and advance to the state meet, so I'm pretty excited about it.
Come out to Shelbyville's Blue River Cross Country course on Saturday as CG races for a spot in the state finals.
Thanks, guys. For more on the boys cross country team's race for the semi-state title, check out Bella Hodges' preview on our website, trojaneer.com. Make sure and follow CG_sports this weekend for all of your postseason results. That's all we have for you today, CG.
Bye.
Bye.